In society as it is today, caring for a loved one with a disability can be isolating. Being a Black caregiver can be especially isolating. This has been my experience as a Black father raising a beautiful girl who was born with Down syndrome. I'm also a filmmaker, so as I grapple with these feelings of isolation, I traveled across Canada to document and learn from stories of other Black caregivers. This experience has made me and others I have met feel less isolated. During my stop in Nova Scotia, I felt that fabled warmth of East Coast hospitality when I visited a family with a loved one who was born deaf.
Hello, my name is Tracy. I'm deaf, and I grew up being deaf. This is my mother, Tracy Gibson, and this is the community of Gibson's Woods where I grew up. When I was younger, I was able to go to Birchtown here in Nova Scotia, where some Black loyalists was able to come here after being freed as slaves, and this is slave in sign language. I was able to find something called the Book of Negroes. We were able to find John Gibson. We believe he comes from Virginia because that's where a lot of the Black loyalists came from the States. And they were then given different land here, and most of it was in Nova Scotia. So throughout the province of Nova Scotia, there's over 52 Black loyalist communities that came almost from the Book of Negroes. So when I was at Birchtown at that museum, I was looking at the book, and all of a sudden I found Gibson. I was like, oh my gosh, why is the last name here? With my mom, she's still learning a lot about, Black culture, Black community. My grandparents, my grandfather, they don't know sign language, so they never explained anything to her. I know just from word of mouth from my grandfather. He's 86, just turned 86 October 11th, so he's still going. I love him. I remember my mom used to take me when I was small. She'd always take me here to church. There was a lot of people that would come to church, and there was no interpreter there. So I was always sitting there, not listening to anything. There's always people to talk verbally to, but she's not able to. There's no one else that she's actually able to speak to in her own language, which is sign language. Most people in the community, they don't know sign language, and they're not really open in a way to learning sign language. I feel like I take on that role as, the caretaker. Growing up is kind of all I knew. I remember I was 8 years old, and I remember sitting in the bank. I was explaining to her how to open up a checkings and savings account. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know what this is. Many of her friends that she went to school with before, a lot of them were white, so they had a lot of money, and they were able to leave Nova Scotia to get better education.
Before heading back to Ontario, I took some time to explore Nova Scotia's natural beauty, and the reviews are spot on. It is stunning. This allowed me to reflect on one of the themes that had begun to emerge from my conversations with Black caregivers. There is this inequitable expectation that people who live with different exceptionalities, like Tracy who was born deaf, bear the sole responsibility of conforming to society as it is. This can be incredibly isolating. Now, each of us can play an important part in making society more accessible. As a practical example, Tracy, who was born deaf, can feel less isolated and included in society if more people learned her first language, which is sign language.
We came to Canada from England and moved to Manitoba. We'd gone to Winnipeg and we were driving home. Thomas was in the front seat And then I heard Daddy say, "Oh no." And then there was a collision. My mother didn't ever have the opportunity to have a nervous breakdown. Black women are expected to step up. If you're not, you're a welfare queen. Thomas is Thomas because of my mother. As his primary caregiver, which I became when Mother passed away, I looked at my life completely changing. I lived in Toronto, and I miss it every day. I'm not a country mouse. But Thomas isn't a city mouse. So I couldn't take him into Toronto. It's still hard for me. I miss cities. I don't like the quiet. But he's happy. He's happy. When my mother took her last breath, I said to her, "I don't want you to go, but if you have to go, I want you to know that I will look after Thomas until the day I die, I promise."
For Black caregivers, the loneliness and pressures that emerge from the unique responsibilities we have to our loved ones can often result in a phenomenon that has reached crisis level in the Black community. This is a crisis in our mental health.